You've heard it a million times, right? Reinvent yourself. It sounds so appealing. This idea that you can just wipe the slate clean and become a totally new person. But what if that whole idea is, well, only half the story? What if we've all been missing the most important piece of the puzzle when it comes to real, lasting change?
And this really hits the nail on the head. The quote says it all. That's just one side of the coin. So while reinvention is this big, powerful idea, we're apparently only looking at one side of it. And that, right there, sets up this really fascinating mystery that we're going to dig into today. Okay, so that's the big question hanging in the air, isn't it? If the popular idea of reinvention is just one side, what in the world is on the other? Let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on here. All right, first things first, let's talk about the myth we all kind of buy into. You know, this fantasy that you can just completely erase who you are and poof, become someone totally new. Think about it. It's like the super creative, free-spirited artist who tries to force themselves into a strict, buttoned-up corporate job, or the person who's naturally quiet and introverted trying to become the life of every single party. It's a really tempting dream, but honestly, it's pretty much a fantasy. And this is where a really great metaphor comes in. The idea is you can't turn a cow into a camel. I mean, you can put a camel costume on the cow, right? And for far away, you might even be fooled for a second, but underneath all that getup, it's still a cow. And that right there just perfectly nails the huge problem with how we usually think about reinvention. And this is the absolute heart of the matter. You just cannot reinvent yourself into who you are not. It's impossible. Any attempt is just superficial. It's a costume. It's the difference between playing a role and truly being that person. It's all flash and no substance.
Okay, so if we can't just become someone else entirely, then what are we supposed to do? What's the alternative? Well, the answer is all about understanding your own personal blueprint. The term used here is your installed capacity. And it's this really cool idea that every one of us comes with our own unique kind of pre-programmed design.
So let's break that down. What exactly is installed capacity? Basically, it's your unique internal blueprint. A great way to think about it is like a computer. You've got hardware and you've got software. You can't just swap out the motherboard or the main processor. That's your hardware, your installed capacity. But you can always update and improve the software that runs on it. So this isn't about what you can learn. It's about who you fundamentally, deep down, are. And this blueprint of yours, it's got two main parts. On one hand, you've got your advantages. These are your natural built-in strengths. The whole game is to figure out what they are and then just lean into them, maximize them, and feel zero guilt about it. Then, on the other hand, you have your limitations, your built-in weak spots. And the goal here isn't to pretend they don't exist. Nope. It's to understand them so you can build systems to protect yourself, and get help where you need it. All right, so you might be thinking, if I'm stuck with this blueprint, how do I ever actually grow or change? And that is a great question. This is where the master key comes in, the one that unlocks everything. And it's an idea that's been around forever, the incredible power of self-knowledge.
And look, I know thyself can sound like some dusty old philosophical thing, right? But it's not. It is hands down the most powerful, most practical tool for any kind of real change. Why? Because it takes you from just guessing what to do to having a focused strategy. You finally understand the raw materials you're working with. And think about the danger of not doing this. The analogy here is perfect. A tortoise without its shell. I mean, can you imagine? It's completely helpless, totally vulnerable. And that's exactly what we are when we don't understand our own nature. We're just exposed. We can't play to our strengths, we can't guard our weaknesses, and we just get knocked around by whatever life throws at us. Okay, so we get it. Knowing ourselves is super important. But how do you actually do it? It can feel like this massive, abstract thing. The good news is we're given a really practical two-step toolkit to get started. So step one is introspection. It's about exploring your own inner world, which is called the greatest laboratory you'll ever have. Pretty cool, right? And step two is to get feedback. And this doesn't just mean from other people. Your own life is constantly sending you messages through its patterns. Your successes, your failures, they're not random. They're all data points, and they're telling you a story about what works and what doesn't for your specific design. All right, let's pull all these threads together now. If the whole point of reinvention isn't about trying to become a totally different person, then what is the real journey? Well, it's about a goal that's so much deeper and way more authentic.
And here it is, the big takeaway. Real reinvention isn't about running away from who you are. It's about stepping fully into who you are. It's about finally understanding your unique blueprint, that installed capacity we talked about, and then working with it, not against it, to become the best, most effective, and truest version of the person you already are. Which really leaves us with the most important question of all, a question that's just for you. What is your installed capacity? Now, this isn't some quiz you can answer in 5 minutes. It's an invitation, really, a call to start a journey, to go on a search for your own unique strengths and your own unique limitations.
And as you start that journey, just keep this one last piece of wisdom in mind. This process, this self-discovery thing, it's personal. It's sacred even. You know, a smart general doesn't go around telling everyone what weapons they have and where their defenses are weak. Your blueprint is your own. So guard it, understand it, and use it to find your way.